Hi guys, and welcome. Time to do some outdoor cooking. I'm going to cook up something quick in the Mini, and I'm going to do something different. Since I got a challenge, I will top it off with some snacks afterwards. So, let's get going. Hi guys. So we just passed equinox actually yesterday. So we are officially on the dark half of the year, but the weather is still pretty nice today. Yesterday it was kind of awful. It was pouring down buckets and there was thunder and lightning, so my planned outing yesterday, I just gave it a pause and make up for it today. And the temperatures in the daytime when the sun comes out is still in the 20s, so I can't complain of the weather really. But the wind is picking up, so this is definitely a windshield day if it ever was one, because I'm going to cook with my Mini, and I'm going to do some very easy cooking because I'm going to try a new freeze-dried dish from Leo. I tried that some time ago. Had the bigos, and that was delicious, and it was an enormous serving. Today I'm going with something a bit more petite serving, and today it's mac and cheese. And since I'm eating a little less than I did last time because I almost went into a coma, I'm going for a snack because I got a challenge from Lisa Nelson, and she said, can you make popcorn in the Trangia Mini? And I thought, well, can you? So today I'm going to find out. Yes, let's get going. It's the Mini, and if there ever was a day for a windshield, it's today. Let's get a hold of everything. Do I have any spirits left since the last time? Well, that's a tiny little bit. So let's refill it good. And we have a flame. So today's cooking will be very easy. I need water. And how much? 240 milliliters. That's not very much. So I might as well fill her up good and make the coffee water ready. There should be some small indentures, but I'll be damned if I can find them. Oh. Let's go by ear. That should be enough for both my purposes. So, and it's dead calm right this very moment. But I'll bet you the wind is picking up very soon again. So let's put this at the ready. And to be a bit fuel economic, we'll just put on the lid and we wait. And while I'm waiting for the water to boil, I might as well prepare my coffee. I'm going for the AeroPress today. Since it's hard to put the kettle inside the Mini. So, and I'll do my long black as usual, so pretty strong coffee it is. And now that's done. So I'll put it on the bench so I don't kick it out by mistake. That would be very typical me. It's a while to go. So let's dig into this one. The last time I tried a meal from these guys, I had bigos, and then it said it was a big portion, and they weren't kidding. It was really big. I barely got it down. Today it's a small serving, so that fits right in the menu. But let's dig in this one before we do anything else and see if we can find that little bag. And today this opening wasn't too kind to me. Well, I got a solution for that. Now then. This little guy you should take out, and I save these ones since it's made to catch moisture in the air and to keep things dry. I actually put this one in my camera bag, so if it's for some reason, some days, I mean, it's a bit extra moisture and a little drizzle, and I put this down the camera bag and it dries out my camera gear. So this could be good to have. Recycling isn't that bad. Put you there for now. And you in my pocket. And let's creep a little closer. See, yeah, you can see that. That's macaronis. So let's see if this mac and cheese is any good. And it's 90 minutes. That's perfect timing for a cup of coffee, I think. And we have a rolling boil. Fabulous. So let's fill this up to line number 1. like so. Oh, that wasn't much water left for my coffee. We have to refill it some more. At least that much. And I'll put the lid back to get the coffee going. We'll zip it close. Let's see if it works better this time. There. And let's start the timer. And we're getting there. Splendid. Let's bring the glove. I can handle it with a bit more care. Let's pour down. Let's drink some coffee while we're waiting. Some more hot water to make it a long black. Yeah, I think the 9 minutes has passed. So let's open this up and check inside and see how it turns out. And I must say this turns out to be a disaster. Because it's a watery mess. I don't know if you can see here. I'll cut in. It's been 9 minutes and I think the problem is that you gave bad instructions, Leo, I must say. Let's see if you can see inside here. You see there are 3 lines, 1, 2 and 3, and in the instructions it says fill, I translate to English since it's Swedish, add hot boiling water to filling line number 1, and you have number 1 at the top. I think you meant the one at the bottom, but that's number 3. So, and you did say how much water it was supposed to be, but think of this: in the woods, most people don't carry a measuring cup with them. So I will say this is a bust. Because, I mean, it's not even grit. So maybe this would have been really good if it was the proper amount of water. And yeah, you can blame the chef. This is an operator error. But the instructions leaves something to be wished for. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to try this out, because mac and cheese is not supposed to be like this. And nah, I'm not too happy with you guys right now. The last one I tried from you, it was top notch. This one, I don't know, and I don't think I will find out either. So this looks bloody awful. I'm going to pass on this one. I'm going to enjoy my coffee instead. Well, I'm going to give you guys another try. And I guess I have to actually bring some measuring cup with me, because your instructions, you need to improve them, make them for dummies, make them for me. But the coffee's good. Well, I'm happy to say I have a plan B. So I'm going to enjoy some snacks instead. In an earlier video, Lisa Nelson gave me the challenge to make popcorn. And I can say right away that I'm not really a popcorn guy. Don't get me wrong, I like the taste of popcorns. First ones with a little butter and salt, and enjoy them to the cinema or in front of the television or whatnot. It's the aftermath that is kind of bad for me, because the chips from the kernels, when you eat, they tend to get stuck in pockets next to my teeth, and these pockets, they keep these pieces of shells for days on end, and it's real hard to get it away. So I usually don't do popcorn very often, even if I do like them. But is that a reason to shy away from a challenge? Hell no. Time to man up and face it head on. So let's rock, and I hope I succeed better than I did with the mac and cheese. Well, let's hope this one doesn't turn out to be the same massive fiasco as I just did. But I know maybe comedy has its points. Well, let's fire it up again. Now it's hot, so it's supposed to be ready pretty quick. So I'm going for a mix with rapeseed oil, and that will give the good crisp to the popcorns. And I will also take butter, because that will provide a good taste. So maybe a bit too generous there, and we put this on. I think we should heat pretty quick, and I brought this much popcorn. I made some calculations. Since popcorn, when it pops, it expands somewhere between 20 and 50 times in volume from this kernel to the ready one. So in order not to flood the entire forest with popcorn looking like snowdrifts, I took out the calculator, and 1.5 tablespoons should be sufficient to fill the pot with popcorn and not overfill it. And I took a mean. I thought every kernel will expand 35 times its own volume. So I think I'm somewhere in between. So first we get the heat going, and I will take 4 or 5 kernels and put in advance. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. I'm going to put them in, and when all of those have popped, we have enough temperature, and then I'll put on the sim ring, put on the lid, and leave them there. I think it's hot enough to put on the simmering already, because this is going to burn otherwise. So let's do like this. Normally you'll do it on the after heat on your stove, but since the Trangia doesn't really have any after heat, this is how we're going to do it. And of course the wind is picking up, so let's obscure your vision and put up the windshield so we get somewhere. And one has popped. And number 2, 3. Let's add the simmering because the butter is looking worse for wear. Number 4 and number 5. So in you go, on you go, and let's just wait. I think we call this done. Let's turn out the heat. Let's add some salt. The perfect crunch. Well, doesn't look too shabby, and good crunch, buttery taste, perfectly salty. I'm happy to say, Lisa, you can safely do popcorn in the Mini. It was a bit fiddly with the simmering. One moment. So when it starts popping, it's so hot in the pan that it will burn the butter, and nobody wants that. So you need the simmering, but you need it wide open like this. And that's a position that's not too good in the Mini, so it will be a bit ajar, askew. But it works. I tried with smaller openings and didn't get sufficient heat to pop. And no simmering, it's no option. So wide open and no matter that it's a bit askew, it works. So that's what's going for. I could get used to eating popcorns outdoors. I think for the next camp. I mean, it takes practically no space. Well, 1 out of 2 at least. Not a total fiasco. There was a short minute where I actually thought I will not publish the part with the mac and cheese. But I thought it could be good if someone has that at home and is going out and are as stupid as I and say fill line number 1, that must be the number 1, not the first one from the bottom. I mean, when I read afterwards, that's 240, that's way less than I filled. I think I may have put in the double, but it says number 1 and you go number 1, so don't do as I measure it up or try with number 3 first. Even if it says number 1. So for the guys at Leo, I know you at least had made one really good meal. I had that before. This is number 2, and adjust your instructions. That's all I'm saying. I'll be more than happy to try this once again and see how it tastes with the right amount of water, because taste-wise you haven't disappointed me. Instructions-wise, well, I did instructions for a living in earlier time in my career, and my take on instructions is, if anyone actually reads them, they don't know how to operate the thing you're doing the instructions for, and therefore you should always make instructions for dummies. So I always tried out my instructions, and it was for lathes, automatic ones, and I went up to the office and found a secretary or some such that didn't even know how the machine was looking, and that's what it was supposed to be doing. And I said, here you have the instructions, you have a red pen, everything that you don't understand, mark it, because then I have to do it again. So and I kept repeating that until there was no red markings, and then I said, now the instructions are done, now they're usable, because otherwise instructions are often from people that know how things work to people that know how they work. So, and they don't need the instructions. So don't get lazy when doing instructions. This is becoming kind of a rant. So yeah, there's that. But I'm going to enjoy the rest of my popcorns, since that's obviously my lunch today. Not quite what I expected, but I'm glad I had a plan B. Well, thank you for sticking by me this far. It's good to be out. The forecast didn't promise any downpour whatsoever. It said sun. The sun was here for 5 minutes, said hi and bye, and now it seems like the forecast has been pulling my legs. So I think I'm in for another surprise. So the theme of today seems to be too much water, both in my food and from above. But if you like this video, if it had some kind of value for you, give the thumbs up. You know, it spreads the video, so more people get it recommended. And keep the comments flowing. Today I guess most of the comments will be Schadenfreude, laughing after my misfortune. You are a sloppy chef, you can't even read instructions. Well, that's my problem, I did read the instructions. And if you're not a subscriber yet, consider pressing that subscribe button. If you hit the bell as well, you will get notifications when I'm out doing other silly, stupid stuff in the woods. That's you've seen today, it happens. But until next time, take care. Cheers.